Hello and welcome back. This is video 6, the last video that you will watch for the World History Civilizations Research Project and module. In the previous video, you learned how to search for periodical literature in Academic Search Premier, one of our library databases. In this video, you will learn what primary sources are and how to find them using library resources. Here is a definition of a primary source taken from the University of California's website. Primary sources were either created during the time period being studied, or were created at a later date by a participant in the events being studied, as in the case of memoirs, and they reflect the individual viewpoint of a participant or observer. Take note of the fact that primary sources can be created either during the time of the event being studied or after the event. I'd like you to take a moment right now to brainstorm some examples of primary sources. Did you think of any examples of primary sources? The ones that might be unfamiliar to you are ephemera and realia. Ephemera are paper items that are transitory or ephemeral, meaning that they are not designed to be preserved as part of the historical record. Examples of ephemera are playbills, pamphlets, and ticket stubs. Realia is a synonym for three-dimensional artifacts such as soldiers' uniforms, pottery, locks of hair, bones, and countless other primary sources. The study of ancient civilizations often requires scholars to rely a great deal more on analysis of objects than on analysis of documents. You will also want to understand if a primary source is a public or private source. A public source was published and intended for a wide audience, such as a newspaper article or a speech. A private source is one the author never intended for a wide audience to view, such as a diary entry or a letter. There will be very different perspectives on the same event provided by public and private primary sources. You will need to critically evaluate all primary sources for accuracy and bias. Keep in mind that all sources, whether public or private, do have bias. Just think of various modern news outlets that have a strong bias. The New York Times and MSNBC, for example, have a liberal bias, whereas Fox News and the Wall Street Journal have a conservative bias. You will find a list of good primary resources on the World History Civilizations LibGuide. Go to the tab marked Primary Sources and select Primary Resources. Be sure to read the annotations included here to determine which collections will have the best resources for your project. Also be sure to look at multiple collections of primary sources. For my example search, I will use World Digital Library, which provides more than 10,000 primary source documents and images from collections around the world. For my example search, I will look for art objects from the Byzantine Empire by entering the words Byzantine Empire art and then clicking on search. I might want to look at the second result, the Psalter of Frederick II. Here you will find a brief history of the manuscript with an item detail view. There are also details here about the estimated date of creation, where the item was published, its language of publication, and so forth. You can also click on View Item to get a fuller view of the item. This view shows you what the larger manuscript looks like. This concludes the 6th and final library research tutorial for the World History Civilizations project. Thanks for watching. We hope that you have found the tutorials useful. Don't hesitate to contact your instructor or librarian if you need any help. Good luck with your research.